Hello there, ready to recount the makeup I packed for a trip in December. Always love seeing how much all of you love my travel makeup bag edits. This trip was 2 weeks in Palm Springs and LA. Part holiday, part working holiday, so I wanted options that were easy to put together in different combinations, with a fresh-faced, fuss-free, creamy focus, as usual. One of my favourite brands that ticks those boxes and dominated this packing list is Merit. I'm so excited to be working with them again. Part of this video is in paid partnership with the brand, and I'm thrilled to share some seriously exciting sets with you, featuring all of the Merit favourites I packed, plus a peek at their new matte lipsticks later on. After appearances in almost every annual favourites category and more than a few everyday makeup routines in a row, you've seen that their grown-up, minimal makeup vibe and lightweight, skin-like, natural, breathable, suitable for all skin types and don't clog your pores products are a perfect match for my style. Now this next sentence is without a doubt one of the coolest moments of my beauty career so far. Every Merit formula I took on this trip is now available in the Matilda's Favourites set. Blown away that the brand invited me to create my own bundles. They're discounted by up to 15%, which is a bonus, and it felt perfect to share here because they were such a major part of my travel makeup bag. One set includes all of my favourites, so your travel makeup bag packing's basically done, and one with my essentials. Look, I even have my own page on their website where you can shop the sets for a limited time via the link below. Matilda's Favourites includes my whole favourites family, the Minimalist and Brush Number 1 for a natural, fresh starting point, Flush Balm for healthy dewy cheeks, Bronze Balm for subtle, blendable warmth, Solo Shadow and Brush Number 2 for a soft wash across the lids, and Signature Lip for sheer, comfy colour. You get to select all of your own shades in the set and even swap in one of the new Signature Lip mattes if you'd like to give that a try. 7 products valued at $200, but you can save $30 in the set. If you'd prefer to start with a neater edit, just a few items, Matilda's Essentials set includes the Minimalist and Brush Number 1, my daily combo, then Flush Balm, of course, as a cream blush addict, and Signature Lip in either the Balmy Satin or new Comfy Matte. Think of these as the core products I'd recommend for someone meeting Merit for the first time. This quartet is usually $126, but you can save $12 by grabbing the bundle. Plus, every first Merit purchase comes with their signature bag, so you can keep your set together, and there's free shipping on orders over $40. Thank you so much to Merit for this unbelievable opportunity to share my favourites with all of you, my favourite people watching. Okay, let's start unpacking what I packed for the trip. Definitely could have fitted in a smaller makeup bag, but I wanted to leave some space for my haven't been to the US for 4 years wishlist purchases. Always trying to save weight and space, so big glass base makeup bottles, you're not coming with me. Instead, I decanted 2 products into mini Muji containers. Look at the size difference. A 2023 favourite moisturiser / gorgeous glowy base here, Victoria Beckham Beauty Cell Rejuvenating Priming Moisturiser. This feels light and hydrating, but I'm really wearing it for the fine gold pearls that perfect and illuminate your skin for unreal radiance. Packed a few pumps of the No. 1 de Chanel Revitalizing Foundation I love for silky, light to medium coverage for New Year's Eve and nights out while I was away, but ended up not wearing it at all. I stuck to the next Merit stick. Just wore this to a wedding in Australia though, so I'll break down that look soon. Merit's The Minimalist Perfecting Complexion Stick was the base I wore every day because it's so simple. You've heard me rave about this quick stick before. The Merit logo has completely disappeared. That's how much I've used it. This is what it's meant to look like. New packaging with more product inside, creamy, buildable, light to medium coverage in 20 shades. This isn't foundation or concealer, but it does both. It just evens out your complexion while still looking like your skin. I stripe on the shade June, outwards from my nose, forehead and chin, and also wore it as a spot concealer. I was lucky to have had a good skin month, so I didn't need heavier coverage. Together, they're America's sweethearts. Oh, not Taylor and Travis, the Minimalist and Brush Number 1. Coming from someone who usually applies makeup with my fingers, you know it must be good. Dense but soft synthetic bristles, lightly patting and pressing helps the Minimalist disappear into the skin for such a natural, fresh finish. For my under eyes, I go for a rosy toned brightener to help knock back dark circles in a barely there way, and YSL Touche Eclat does the trick. A lightweight, smooth fluid that never looks heavy. I did also bring my trusty high coverage Clé de Peau concealer, but didn't need it on the trip. Merit's The Minimalist had me covered. I will talk about higher coverage concealing tricks in my wedding look video soon though. Always pop in my By Terry mini pressed Hydra powder because it's so compact, light and convenient for travel with a little sponge and mirror. It sets and controls shine in a seamless, no powder sort of way. A very worn out Glossier Boy Brow was soon replaced by a new, bigger one in dark brown I bought over there. I really like the deeper colour for a change. I think this will be my shade now because as my brow tint fades, this acts in its place. 2 Merit Mates in the cheeks category, and in my favourite set now. Bronze Balm in Clay has been a consistent favourite for the past 2 years because it is so easy to blend. Balmy and sheer, so you cannot overdo it. Comes in 5 shades that become one with your skin for effortless, natural warmth so you can stay sun safe on your holiday. Believe it or not, this was a 1 blush trip. I know, the self-control required from me, but I knew I only needed Merit Flush Balm in Fox because this shade is what I wear all the time for sun-kissed cheeks. The dewy sheen of this sheer, balmy, buildable, blends seamlessly blush also meant I could skip highlighter. Kept it simple in the eye area as well. Whenever I wanted a long-lasting wash of matte colour last year, it was Merit Solo Shadow, so I knew I'd get a lot of use out of my 2 favourite shades on the trip. Studio is a taupe with some caramel warmth on me, and Social is an underrated, cooler mauve. So easy to blend and lasts for hours on me, even without primer. I do love pink shadow though, so I threw in the Mecca Max Zoom Shadow Stick Matte in Dusty Rose. Almost a salmony pink, so it packs a bit of a punch too. Great price point here in Australia and such smooth colour. A powder palette purchase was waiting for me in the US, so I also packed 2 Refa 01 brushes, one of my favourite blending shapes, and Merit's brush number 2, which applies solo shadow so nicely, but I particularly love the tiny end for continuing colour under my bottom lash line and applying it as liner. Threw in an eyeliner pencil just in case, Charlotte Tilbury's Walk of No Shame, super soft pigmented matte that softens easily, and I love the rich burgundy shade with my green eyes. I'm a complete brown mascara convert these days, so my YSL Lash Clash came along because I can keep it fairly light for daytime or layer it dramatically at night. Excellent volume and length, and it lasts, no flaking. This was also shockingly a 1 lipstick trip until I immediately purchased another the morning I arrived in LA. I started with Bobbi Brown Crushed Lip Colour in Italian Rose. This warm pink has been my shade in this sheer formula for the last couple of years because it's a reliable, comfy, low maintenance blotted matte to wear during meals or meetings. So it mightn't come as a shock then that the Merit signature lip shade top of my shopping list was Millennial, a My Lips But Better mid-pink so many of you had recommended to enhance my natural lip colour. Exactly what I want a comfy, hydrating, balmy, buildable, sheer satin lipstick to be, which is why it's in my essential set. And as of a few days ago, it has a new sibling. Merit Signature Lip Matte is its richer, more pigmented, still creamy, very chic sister. You can see snippets on my Instagram and I'll share a complete review and swatches of all 8 shades next week. In the meantime, I can tell you the texture is instantly worthy of a spot on my favourite matte lipsticks list. And if you're a millennial fan, I have a feeling classic is going to be your kind of neutral matte moment. I thought I'd finish with some extra peeks at products I picked up on my trip that went straight into my makeup bag. That was always the plan, not taking too many shades because I knew I'd be topping up my options along the way. First, a Byredo colour stick in Demerara, a natural pink discovery through my friend Harry Makes It Up. She got me onto their coral peachy matte multitasker Babby too, but interestingly Demerara is much more sheer with a dewy finish, so it's almost like a blush highlighter hybrid or gorgeous eye gloss. You might remember the Bake Up Beauty Micro Palm palette in Desert Road Trip from my US wishlist video. Makeup artist Joe Baker's ultimate neutral palette is genuinely perfect for travel because it's barely bigger than a credit card, very appropriate to wear in the actual desert. I dipped into the pink and soft tan for a low-key New Year's Eve look. In my Year of Peach series this year, I want to research possible replacements for my longtime favourite, devastatingly discontinued Tom Ford Golden Peach Cream Shadow. A suggestion I saw on TikTok was Laura Mercier's Caviar Stick in Bed of Roses, a metallic pink that's warm and so glowy. We'll get into how similar it is another time. Can't leave without telling you about my nails quickly. It was winter in the US, admittedly very mild, pool weather in Palm Springs, but I wanted a dark shade because they're easier to touch up, and a red because it goes with everything. Olive and June Quick Dry in Brick was the winner. I'll share the mini nail kit I put together in my travel skincare video maybe, or even a separate video with tips on how I prep and maintain my nails while traveling. Let me know if that would be helpful. It should be time to unpack now, but most of these shades have stayed in my everyday makeup bag to start the year too. Thank you so much to Merit for letting me curate these special sets. I'd love to hear which edit you have your eye on or which shades you select if they make it into your cart. Merit ships to the US, Canada and UK. If you're outside those countries, I've often sent orders to friends or family members who live in or are visiting those places, so now is the time to beg a mate overseas to mail you your order or politely plead with a colleague going on a work trip to bring back a Matilda set. Please let me know if you're plotting any trips this year or if you travelled over the holidays and what you took with you. I'll have a few more travel makeup bag installments coming this year with very different destinations and themes. Excited to take you along with me. Thanks for watching. See you next time.